So next we should move on to the column with both ends are fixed. Okay. Euler's crippling load for both ends of column fixed. Okay. So here the end A and the end B is fixed. The total length of the column is L, and here the crippling load P is acting. Okay. So if the load is acting, it is going to have the deflection like this. Okay. So the deflection takes place from the support A is at a distance of X. Okay, now will be equal to Y. Okay. Now it have fixed end, so automatically we can have the fixed end moments M naught. Okay. So based on the location. So we are going to take it as a M naught. Okay. Right now we should move on to the solution part. So as usual, the written statement you can give. Okay. We can write. So remaining thing we can go for. Now the moment equation, that is the moment, okay, due to the load is equal to how we can say, uh, that is we have P into Y. So the minus sign is due to concavity. Okay, now plus the moment M naught will be available. Okay, now we all know that the moment will be represented in terms of M is equal to EI into dy by dx. So now we have to equate these two terms. We have to equate, okay, the above two terms. Then the equation becomes EI into dy by dx, sorry, d squared y by dx squared is equal to minus p into y plus m naught. Okay. Now we are going to divide the equation by EI. So the equation becomes d squared y by dx squared plus P by EI into Y is equal to M naught. Okay, now. So we are going to divide by P also here. Okay, now this time we are denoted as M naught by P. Okay. Now this equation will be in the form of d squared y by dx squared plus alpha squared into y plus a, sorry, equal to a. Okay, now. So the solution for the above equation is y is equal to c1 sin, sorry, c1 cos x into, that is we know that alpha squared is equal to p by ea. So alpha is equal to root under p by ea. Okay. So into x by ea plus c2 into sine x into root under p by a, then whatever the terminology we can have, that we are going to write it m naught by p. So this is the solution for the above equation. Okay, now let us move on to the boundary conditions. Okay, boundary conditions. So we all know the boundary condition for fixed end. Okay, now if x equal to 0, then y is equal to 0. Okay, now similarly dy by dx is also 0. Similarly, if x equal to L, y is equal to 0, and dy by dx is also equal to also 0. So this is the boundary condition. We are going to use it now. So let us write the boundary condition. At x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, comma dy by dx is equal to 0. Okay, now we are going to substitute this. So x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So y is equal to 0, c1 cos 0 plus c2 sin 0 plus m naught by p. So cos 0 is equal to 1 and sin 0 is equal to 0. So if I'm going to substitute this, I know that C1 is equal to minus m naught by P is the constant value. Okay. So next I'm going to substitute for another equation. That is y is equal to C1 cos x root under P by A plus C2 sin x into. So y is equal to C1 cos x into root under P by I plus C2 into sin x into root under P by EI plus m naught by P. Okay, now I am going to find out dy by dx. Okay, so by differentiating with respect to x, C1 minus sin x into root under P by A is equal into root under P by A. Okay, plus C2 cos x into root under P by A into root under P by A. Here these terms become 0 without x. Okay, so now dy by dx is equal to minus C1 sin x into root under P by A into root under P by I plus. So if I'm going to get it, the equation becomes dy by dx is equal to minus C1 sin x into root under P by I into root under P by I plus C2 cos x into root under P by I into root under P by A. Okay, now I am going to substitute at x is equal to 0, then dy by dx is equal to 0. Okay, so the equation becomes 0 minus C1 into sin 0 P by A plus C2 into cos 0. So I am getting the equation like this. Okay. So 0, C1 terms totally 0 plus C2 into cos 0 we can have. So remaining terms we can have C2 into root P by A. Okay. Now if I am going to substitute this, C2 is also 0. Okay. Similar way, if I am going to substitute x is equal to L, then y is equal to 0. So y is equal to C1 cos x root under P by I plus C2 sin x into root under P by I plus m naught by P. The equation is available. So here we are going to substitute. So 0 C1 into cos 0 plus C2 into sin 0 plus m naught by P. So if I am going to substitute this also, I can get the same equation. Okay, C1 becomes m naught by P minus m naught by P. Okay, now so earlier we got same equation if I'm going to. Okay, so we are going to substitute this. If x is equal to L, then y is equal to 0. Okay, so y is equal to 0. Instead of x C1, we are going to substitute as m naught by P into sin L into root under P by EI plus C2 value is 0. Okay. So remaining we can have m naught by P. So m naught by P is common term. So if I am going to take it outside, so it will become 0. So sin L into root under P by EI is equal to 0. sorry, sine కాదు, here it is cos. Okay, that is with respect to this equation. Okay, with respect to this equation, if I'm going to substitute C1 is m naught by p and C2 is 0, then the equation becomes C1 minus m naught by p into cos into x into root under p by e. Okay, so if I'm going to substitute this, then my equation becomes like this: 0 into m naught by p is equal to like this. Okay, so m naught by p is common term, so if I'm going to take it outside, it becomes 0. So cos which term is equal to 0? So cos pi, 2 pi, okay, now 3 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, these terms become 0. Okay, so L into root under p by ei is equal to 2 pi. We are going to take it as, okay, now cos 0 is 0, cos 2 pi is equal to 0, cos 4 pi is equal to 0. So likewise our term is going to be, so definitely it should not be equal to 0. That's why L into root under p by is equal to 2 pi. So by squaring the terms, by squaring both the sides, okay, so L squared into P by EI is equal to 4 pi squared. Therefore, crippling load P is equal to 4 pi squared EI by L squared. So this is the equation, okay? Equation for Euler's crippling load. One thing we have to remember. So our general Euler equation is P is equal to pi squared EI by L squared. So if both the ends are fixed, okay, then this will be the our deflection pattern profile. So the L becomes, L effective becomes L by 2. So if I'm going to substitute this value here, instead of L is equal to L by 2, I can get pi squared EA by L by 2 the whole square. So that the 4 pi squared EA by L squared I can get. So this is the Euler's equation for column crippling load if the both ends are fixed.